company is Black Series Edition LLC and Crystal Ridge Technology Screens. I think I got an idea for the other company. I think we have an idea. So, basically, we are building a freezer-like PC cabinet, all made out of cardboard. Tell me this stuff thickened up on me. All right, cool. So, we are building that. Something cool. So, we have several builds we're actually making out of cardboard. This also involves a new company we're working on for gaming screen paint products. And I thought it'd be pretty cool to do something like build our own cases. Man, this is my first time having a brisk iced tea blueberry. And I'll tell you, some things just don't go well together. So the peppermint candy I have behind me, the gumdrops, and that literally tastes like beer. It does. It tastes exactly like beer. That's gross taste altogether. I'm gonna get me something else to drink. That's not a good combination. I do need some sugar. All right, so we should be able to build this one today. We can do the paint job around it, no problem. But I do need to wait for the glue gun to get here. The glue gun in order to be able to finish this off completely. We can't even install the motherboard without that glue gun. All right, so we got some new brushes, some wider brushes. I needed wide brushes really bad because we still have to paint the other piece over there. The Nuclear Jungle has to be painted all black. And the reason why I paint them all black first because I just found something really interesting about this paint that we're using. It doesn't cover so well if you use colors. As you can see over there, you can still see print of the United States Postal Service pushing through. You don't see jack at all. So we prime them in black and then coat it in the color we want. This is the reason why. Okay, they softened up. Okay, I'm about to say they're really stiff. So my gaming piece over there, the one between the RGB, the glow-in-the-dark paint comes in a day. To finish that one off, paint job for that one. The one we have is the icebox. We're going to mount the PC in today, and we're mounting the PC in for that one today also too. Because all the parts come in for that one and this one. And we got a free motherboard, because again, I bought a motherboard because I thought this one wasn't working right, but actually it did work right with the kill switches that was having the issue. Watch my cat's watching this thing move back and forth as I talk. So the motherboard will be going to the Nuclear Jungle over there. So at least we got the motherboard for that one. Yeah, that's a bad combination. Yeah, that brisk tea is hard. I mean, it's good. Some of us get the lemon instead. I had to go do something different. I had to try new stuff, but extra grody. Thank you, Lord, for this wonderful, blessed meal. I pray for those who do not have enough to eat. You bless them and you bless us. Thank you, Lord, for all things in Jesus' name. Amen. My Doritos. I pray over everything. Everything. Number one, thankful. Even down to a bag of chips, thankful. More coffee. And there's a layer. Now, we did the paint job on here. This is the motherboard goes on this. So, that lands about right there. Liquid cooling system here. Radiator system here. Power supply here. Hard drive there. Fan duct system for the whole refrigerator unit there. All this is going to be done in silver tape. All from here to here, here. I'm leaving the bottom base black. All this is going to be done in silver tape. I have to cut two areas to make two pipes come from here and here. And then we're going to make a pipe system that runs all through here, connects to this, connects to everything. I even want a pipe system to run along here and come back out the other end. Plexiglass here and here for the doors. And then we put in the rest of the frost work and all that stuff that are going to look like this when we're done. Now, in here, we've got some of the high grade mica in here because we need for that in there to sparkle. And also too, it's actually mixed with a high UV powder that's white. That'll give it a nice glow effect in there. So everything glistens in there. I want it to look really cartoony in there. So we're gonna be setting it up. And we're gonna be running some white lights in there over on top of there. So that's gonna be fun to put in there for a freezer unit. And like I said, these cases are cheap. They're made out of cardboard. Whole structure made out of cardboard. Cheap, easy to put together. As a matter of fact, technically, put the whole case together. Very much cost me like we use glue in this, Elmer's glue, so yeah, $1. And kill switches are over there. Kill switches for the other system is over here. You can install your kill switches any way you want. We're going to put a temperature readout control LCD. I want a refrigerator LCD readout of the temperature. Alright, so got more black paint. I got to show these things off too. It ain't just YouTube now. Got people at City Hall want to look at them. I got a couple of people that do gaming over at Rite Aid. They want to check it out. And the people owning the building, they want to see it. The one of the partners, their son and daughter are both in competition for gaming. So they go to those expos and all that stuff for gaming sponsorship. So yeah, they're going to be testing a lot of my stuff. See how they like it. We're in a pastor that they're starting a new gaming website. They're talking about if my stuff is legit and real, and they're going to make me sponsorship. That is fantastic. Tell you how God is amazing. He works out everything for us. I like this new brush. As I said, for Christians out there, and you're working hard, you're trying to do something, and you got somebody out there who's trying to disrupt what you're doing, just remember, they can't do anything to you. And they can't take nothing from you. Don't get discouraged. Don't get upset. Don't get angry. They can't take a thing from you. Keep on doing what you do. That's it. And for those of you people that have not become Christians yet, it shows you at the end of the day that whoever is trying to prevail over you, don't reward evil for evil. It doesn't work well. Pray and put it in God's hands. That's what you do. Wow, I like these. Look at these for $3. These are nice. Look at these extra fine brushes. Woo-woo! We're going to need these when we paint the pant. I actually do one of them. I want to get a plant and paint it. Give me an idea what I'm going to be looking at. So I need a prototype for that. Now on the website, we're going to be building props. I should start building the website today. First, I got to finish the platform for that one, the extra dark technology. Get that done. But I think I'm going to start working on a new website. I want to get it done before the new year pops in, so we can start on that. And we can do our whole gaming cardboard PC design around that. All right. Let's start painting. Sorry, I'm a little starved here. I know, Doritos, I know. ordered a magnifying glass unit for pinchers on the side because we have to do some really fine detail work that's going to involve magnifying glass. For the Jungle, which is going to be a fishbowl, cardboard fishbowl PC, this is going to have some interesting stuff in there. So we got this, we're going to make this 1950s kind of retro machine in there. There's in the overgrown bush of the nuclear jungle, a giant bullfrog, which is going to be cool. Now we got the room for it in there. Maybe some overgrown mushrooms, something crazy at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I'm going to do something wild in there. So all that has to be all hand painted. And we're blessed to get requests. And people want to buy them. How much do we charge? My ask was how much do we charge for them? I don't even know yet, to tell you the truth, honestly. I'm just happy to be doing something different. Don't get me wrong, I like doing our projection screens and stuff like that, but every while I switch it up. But keep in mind, it still involves the technology because in that case over there, the Jungle, there's going to be 2 flex screens in there, and flex is the one of the screens we're selling. Okay. It's a blessing. Family Dollar. I got a micro ITX board coming in, and it's all worked out because it's fantastic. Because that micro ATX board, we want something really small in the nuclear jungle, so we have plenty of room to play. That's why, and I have to go down and order the 3050 for it. Like I said, this is all going to be done in silver anyway, but we do want to coat it in black because black is paint actually hardens the surface. And then hopefully, you know, I'd rather not sell them, to tell you the truth, honestly. I'd rather have it so other people can figure out how to do it. I mean, we got enough stuff already. We don't need anything else. We got so many screens and so much from a technology we're developing, it's not even funny. So, yeah, just rather show people how to do it for free. I'm going to show you how to build all kinds of cool props for your PC. Maybe you got something that you're building and you're having a hard time trying to figure out how to put it together. We can show you how to make interesting props just from everyday stuff laying around your house, stuff you can find at a thrift store. Thrift store is a gold mine for looking for stuff to build props for your PC or console system. And there's an absolute gold mine in there. There's so much stuff you can work with. I'm going to show you how to make man-eating plants just by using other form of plastic plants. This stuff right here, yeah, required taste. I'm going to drink it anyway. I bought it. All right, now it tastes better. I was over eating these Spice Drop gumdrops, and I took a swig of that. I was like, it tastes just like beer. I don't drink, but I've had a beer. And it tastes just like beer. Literally does. If you get that with them Spice Drops, yeah, it tastes just like beer. Oh, it tastes just like beer. Then I have with the Doritos, it tastes completely different, so it tastes much better. There we go. So now we're going to do is we're going to get the rest of this done. This paint goes a long way. Very good coverage on it. So let's turn our on this side a little bit here. Brah. Now we got areas in here where light can easily push through. That's why we're going to do all this in silver anyway. This is going to be a silver trim all the way around. The minute Taco hears anything that sounds like a rapper, he automatically thinks from the door. Or the camera's on. It might be because the camera's on. That's why. I told you he's a camera cat. He likes to be on camera. Like, what you doing over there, Dad? What you talking about? I gotta know, man. I gotta know. No, you don't gotta know. Some areas we missed. So I hope everybody else is having a wonderful day. And our day started off busy. Had to be up early in the morning, get some stuff taken care of. So a couple of video demonstrations. Or one video demonstration. And then come back on here and get this ready because we got the parts coming in the day. So I'm going to get that finished. Alright, it's covered quite nicely. You know what I should do? I should basically, I was just thinking about this a few minutes ago. When we do this over here, I think I'm leaving one of the doors open. And we can magnetic strips in there. That way we can basically put refrigerator magnets up. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Refrigerator, some, wait a minute. Back with the refrigerator magnets and a to-do list, what a shopping list, like we need to go pick up milk. It's always milk. Milk, eggs, and bread. Go the fastest. Especially milk. Kids go through milk like crazy. I used to hate milk when I was a kid. I love milk. It's funny when you get older, everything changes. When you get older, that changes. And used to be to eat. Can't eat them anymore. And, you know, going to sleep late at night, eating a lot of heavy, spicy foods. Can't do that no more. That comes back to get you. I remember the first time, the acid reflux disease. Yeah, this is where you find out that you can't eat the way you used to eat anymore. That's gone. And it's jacked up because you got to find out in the worst way ever. When you wake up, you feel like you're about to have a heart attack because it's acid splashing up into your chest cavity. You're not breathing correctly. You got a sharp pain in your gum. You got a freaking pain in your wrist. You got pain in your back. It feels like you're having a heart attack. That's what it feels like. And then you go into that panic mode because you're thinking, oh, shoot, I'm having a heart attack. Yep, that's what it feels like. But the thing about it is, there's no gentle way of it all. Like, put it this way, it's not like And I tell young people, like, you're going to get this. Some people don't, some people do, but majority of most people do get it. It isn't like a little tap on the wrist, like, hey, you're going to get this pain at the end of the day. No, it's like literally a full out sucker punch to the face. It basically comes out of nowhere. You're fine. Eating all this crap all day long. And when your time comes up, when you go to sleep and you wake up like you're having a heart attack, and you go to the hospital and they rush you in there, they treat it like a heart attack, and they finally come back and saying, hey, look, you had acid reflux disease. And acid splashed all up into your chest cavity and triggered off the heart problems and all that stuff. So, and then you're panicking, took off the rest of it. So then you're told that you can't eat certain foods, and this is where the bingo of pain comes in. The bingo of pain is trying to figure out what foods are going to jack you up the worst. That's the worst part. And some people find that they can't go near red sauce, you can't have sauce. That's me. I can't have sauce or no spaghetti, no pizza, nothing like that after a certain time. Get messed up. It reacts different to everybody. Some people it's the citrus and oranges will trigger it off. Everybody has something different. But what you have to find out when it comes to the bingo part is what is going to jack you up the worst. And you got to run tests on yourself. Like, the doctor can't tell you what time of the day you're going to get jacked up, So if you figure out, like, okay, if I eat this at night around past 12 o'clock, I'm going to suffer for it the next day. So you don't stay away from that. If I eat it at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, it has plenty of time to not affect me by the time the nighttime hits. And then they do make these pills that you can eat right after you eat something. They actually work pretty good, too, on top of that. Like, it's late and you want to have a hamburger or something, you know what I mean? Which I wouldn't advise you eating late at night with greasy foods. But anyway, you take that and it pretty much cuts down on how uncomfortable it's going to be. So I like this comedian that came on when he was talking about young people, how you have no idea what's coming for you when you reach a certain age. No idea. Like, you have no idea anything about life. You'll know. When you reach that age, you will know. You will understand things that you were like, good gracious, like, really? Like the day you get up and you feel something snap in your back, little pinch goes off, and then you realize that you can't really bend over, can't move, can't do nothing. Yeah, you will definitely go through one of those. And I exercise, I walk, I lift weights. And I've been through one of them a couple of times. Oh man, that back pain ain't like no other. That ain't even like normal back pain. That's beyond crazy back pain. It even hurts to talk. When you see people laid up, yeah, that's no joke. What's the other one? Oh, the one, my favorite one is going to the room and can't remember what you were supposed to go get. That's a hilarious one right there. You'll do that all day long. You'll literally forget what you were wanting to go get. Like, what the freak did I come in here for? And it'll pop back in. After you sit down and think it was nothing and realize it was something really important you had to go get. And then the other one, the other test you have to get. I have no idea with that one. That's when they put the camera in your tuhu, and they got to do that test to make sure everything is good in your colon. They call it the night of 1,000 rainfalls. Yep, you're going through that nonsense. They make you drink that yellow acid or black acid. That's what they make you drink. Oh goodness, I don't know what's worse, bringing it up, bringing it in, or bringing it down. I don't know which one's it. Yep, got to go through that. Got to get that colon checked. That's why the comedian was to my young people. Let me explain something to you. You have no idea what life is all about. He was explaining to him about having the whole colon check and all that. Yeah. But you got to get it done. Right, when you get that done. It's a really jacked up experience you have to go through, but you have to do it. It's a passage through the next life. What the freak? And everybody goes to gray hair. I don't know why people try dyeing their hair. I mean, please. I mean, unless you're married. If you're married and you're dyeing your hair, your spouse knows on the door you're going gray anyway, so, whatever. But if you're basically dyeing your hair and you're out there trying to meet new people, doesn't that basically start off on a lie? Because sooner or later they're going to find out. Unless, they really care for you. They don't really care that they have gray hair. They find it funny. They laugh about it. Some people say, hey, Jack over there, yeah. So he was dyeing his hair ever since I met him. When I first met him, he was dyeing his hair. And then, later on, it just is what it is. But all those dyes and chemicals can't be good for your skin. So you got to stop it. Keep it natural. Gray is beautiful. I like my gray. I wish I had more. Unfortunately, I don't. But I wish I had more. So we got this part right here. Don't go into plastic surgery and none of that nonsense. It'll make you... missing Mickey Rourke? Yeah, good gracious. I hate to say it, man. The guy's an amazing actor, but I swear, you put a sheepskin on him, sticking on a bridge, you would think he was a troll. They just really jack themselves up. And then that overinflation of big lips. Gee whiz Louise, why would you do this to yourself? And people trying to fight time. You see people get plastic surgery. You've seen plastic surgery and people go too far with it. This is one female that's like a straight up lion. I forget her name. She's a star. She's like a straight freaking feline. A Thundercat she does look like. My goodness. You're doing too much. The body's perfect. Leave it exactly the way it is. You wouldn't go to a winery, pick up an expensive wine, and put Kool-Aid in it, would you? And yeah, let it age properly and gracefully, as it should. Because you can't fight time. And people will sit there and do all this surgery just to jack themselves up to look like a hobgoblin from something off Lord of the Rings. You don't look good, by the way, so I'm put it out there. Now I can see some people getting plastic surgery if you had a car accident, disfiguration, stuff like that. Then there you go. But when they do that that one person, people who spend so much money on plastic surgery, like $1 million, that's what $1 million in plastic surgery. That looks awful. You get your money back. The BBLs. Really? There's a woman who went to jail for that. She was putting cement in people's Oh man. And alter and change stuff, leaving like people tattooing their eyes and all that stuff. Oh my goodness. Tattoo your eyes, mess with that. You go blind, that's the end of it, you know that, right? You're cast into a world of darkness forever. It's different when you're born blind, because then you've lived that life. But when you could see and that happens, that's far worse. Because you used to be able to see at one point, and you can't do that anymore. You can't see anymore. So that's far worse. Laser surgery freaks me out. I can never do laser surgery. I don't need it anyway, but if I had to, I'd wear glasses. The glasses are cool. I remember, see, it's funny how trends change. Back in the 50s, if you wore glasses, you were considered to be a square. They had a thing called guys don't make passes at girls that wear glasses. You ever heard that term before? Yeah, so if you wear glasses, you were considered to be a geek, a nerd, whatever. At the end of the day, you got people like make sure I got his name right. He's a rock band. He's a rock guy back in the day in the 50s. His name was Bobby something. Or Buddy something. 50 rock stars that wore glasses. It's a famous guy. I can't think of his name. Buddy Holly. There you go. Buddy Holly was rocking glasses. Now glasses became the thing because he was wearing them. Yep. John Lennon, Elton John. But when you had that particular time and that particular era of the 50s, Buddy Holly. When was Buddy Holly singing? Singing 1952 to 1959. At that particular time in that era, if you wore glasses, you were considered to be, nerd, square, whatever. They made fun of people who wore glasses. They did. At that particular time. And then Buddy Holly pops up, and he's got glasses. Now, everybody wants to wear glasses. Everybody wears glasses. And now, glasses are the thing. Glasses is popular. Back then, a guy wouldn't even dare to make an attempt to date a girl with glasses, or she's got glasses on. Glasses were frowned upon. Now, glasses are considered to be beautiful, sexy, gorgeous. That librarian look is the thing. Back then, the library thing was considered to be a bad thing at the end of the day. You didn't want your girlfriend looking like the librarian, but now everybody wants a woman that looks like the librarian. And with that smart look, that nerd look, that's what they want. Things change in time. And now you got people who don't wear glasses or wearing glasses. They walk around, you can buy glasses. They look just like the real thing. Yeah, I know, because I bought them. Because I like to wear glasses. And I don't wear glasses. I like that look. It's got that distinguished look. People want that. I remember when nerds were made fun of. People didn't want to be a nerd, don't want to be called a nerd. People are proud to be nerds now. Nerds, geeks, all that. They like to be called that. If you worked on computers at one point, you were considered to be a nerd. You nerd this and nerd that. And now look at people who work on computers now. Those nerds at the end of the day that were teased and mocked in school became multi-millionaire and billionaires, like Bill Gates. And now people are proud to be a nerd at the end of the day. They're considered of great intelligence. Yeah, everything changes in time. What's last will be first, and what's first will be last. You definitely got to do a Luigi Mansion PC with some flashing strobe lights and some haunted ghosts. Definitely got to do it. That's my favorite, one of my favorite games. Yeah. So we coat all this in black, and the reason why is because when we put the paint job in, it makes it much easier, because something I noticed about these particular paints is the fact that they don't take, the color ones don't take well. So if we paint it black, it actually takes much better. Much better. So, and on top of that, the shadow effect is already embedded in, even though we start to go back over a little bit more, but that shadow effect is already in there. And we got a nice ice job to do in here. All this trim right here is going to be ice coming off of it. Anything that has trim, it has to have that ice buildup effect in it. So it's going to be pretty much all over this doohickey. This doohickey. I remember on freaking Ghostbusters, do not open until doomsday. And they prematurely opened it up and all heck broke out. Or the black guy got caught in the subway with the ghost train. It passed right through him too, but that thing the realest is, I don't know what. Oh man, it was passing through the train. You can see all the ghost people inside the train. All the passengers were ghosts. That's hilarious. I was watching The Boys. I can't watch that thing. It's ultra violent. Unbelievable. It's too violent for me. I do certain things. That guy is brutally ruthless. On the Invincible, and just the other guy and his son. I'm saying it quickly. But Invincible, yeah, I got it right. That guy's a nut job. His father's a complete nut job. I showed him when he fought Superman. Superman killed him. And he's strong. Interesting. Thanos has a glove that can snap, and he can change time. He can change your existence. How would that work on Superman? I mean, if you had the ability back in time, that would make you extremely powerful, because you can end someone before they even begin. Well, I told you before, they consider Superman to be the most, actually it's true, Superman is basically the most powerful mutant in the world. There's no mutant right now, you look it up, they can take on, Santa Claus. No mutant in the world can take on Santa Claus. Santa Claus is the highest level mutant ever. More powerful than Thanos, more powerful than Superman, more powerful than the Celestials, because they had these guys that were Celestials before these guys became in play. I never really thought about that. He has immortality, he has telekinesis, teleportation, insane, incredible strength, immortality. He has time travel capabilities. It's insane. The fact that he can touch his nose and he can disappear and reappear in areas and go anywhere he wants, there's nothing that can stop him. He can travel anywhere he wants. He can read your mind because he knows when you've been naughty and he knows when you've been good. Yeah. Look it up on Marvel. He's the most powerful mutant ever. You can't beat something that knows what you're going to do before you're going to do it. To read your mind. And with time travel capabilities, well, he can go back in time in your existence. So, that's pretty interesting. I never thought about that. And talk about, what's the guy called Dark something? Darkseid. Yeah. Darkseid is tormented by Superman. That's by Santa Claus. Santa Claus intentionally torment him. He's tormented because you can't stop him. You can't stop him because here he is. He has the best defense systems in the world. And every Christmas, Santa Claus goes through all his defense systems, everything. Nothing to stop him. Just to come there every year and give him a piece of coal. And you can't do nothing about it. You have that kind of power, and you realize you're absolutely powerless against this being, it drives one mad. No matter how much he spends, no matter what he gets, and they can't stop him. He'll come there every single time, and he'll basically go and give him a piece of charcoal, and there's nothing you can do about it. You know, when you're a being with that kind of power at the end of the day, the first thing you talk about is how powerful you are. You can destroy this, you can destroy that, nothing can conquer you, da 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 da. Imagine all the power that you have, you can't stop one being from coming in every single year and getting a piece of coal to remind you that you're a bad person. Can't kill him. There's immortality. So Santa Claus decided one day that he wanted to take him out. He can do it. There's nothing that can stop him. He literally can't stop him. Pointless. When you speed down time, you can slow time up and go there. I saw that when I read that. I was like, gee, I never really thought about that. Yeah, Santa Claus. Look it up, don't believe me. It's the most powerful mutant in the world. There's no mutant in any comic book that can take him. You got Omega Red. He's an extremely powerful mutant. But he doesn't have time travel capabilities. And therefore, he can go back in time and basically erase his existence. Captain America, again. Yeah, that's interesting. Santa Claus. Oh, thank goodness he's a good guy. Man, if he was a villain, gee whiz Louise. Elves are all magic. They have interesting similar capabilities. That makes it far worse. He has an army at that. Anyway, I thought that was fascinating. Right, so we got a case blacking out. I think that's what we call it, blacking out the case on blacking out. Now, contractors are done. It's just gonna be ready pretty soon. I have to wait for it to dry. Might start working on our fish tank setup over there and start getting that blacking out. Oh, it's gonna be a big piece here. An interesting one. Santa Claus, the most ancient of all. Santa Claus is considered to be Omega level mutant. That is beautiful. Get that statue. Look at that. Most mutant ever. Look at that. Interesting. So basically, each mutant has a category. Now, that's definitely considered to put that drink in your mouth to talk about. Anyway, yeah, so they got each mutant based on how strong it is. Claus is unknown. You gotta look this up, man. If you're into all that Marvel stuff in the day, yeah, I don't know why you don't know about Santa Claus. You should definitely know about that one. Some people do know about him. Yeah, there's a comic book that they made, Marvel, Stan Lee, made a comic book on Santa Claus. They named all his powers. Man. Oh, forgot. He has the ability to talk to animals too. He knows all languages. Remember, he can speak the language of everybody. No matter what alien or creature you are, he knows your language. And he has that ability too. Isn't that interesting? There's no weak points. There's nothing. No weaknesses. So they call him Omega level mutant. Quite frankly, he is the glove in the day. Yeah. But yep, I looked it up. I was on a forum site, and they're talking about Marvel stuff like that, and people brought up Santa Claus in it. And you gotta agree, there's nobody can beat him. A list of powers that Santa Claus possesses.
Here's a summary from Superpower Wiki. Fandom. Associated powers. Claircognizance. Cold immunity. Conjuration. Happiness inducement. Holiday magic. Ice magic. Levitation. Party inducement. And more.
And yeah, a bunch of them. I know telekinesis is one of them. Teleportation is another one. He's resistant to fire. So, go down the chimneys and flames, he can't burn. That comes with the immortality part. So, nope. People talk about, oh no, sounds like... No. Santa Claus is the most powerful mutant ever. I don't care who you pick, who you choose. Nobody can beat him. What about the... Still no. Nope. Mind you, Bruce Banner, he knows everything about you. So that's one thing too. Batman has a gift too. Batman has a gift of basically being able to know everything about the enemy to size them up. But Santa Claus knows you when you were born. He knows everything about you. He knows your history and everything. So from the day that you were born, he knows everything about you. Because he can see you. That's what I find interesting. Do I believe Santa? No, no, no. But I find it interesting that out of the Marvel characters, they put Santa Claus in there. And then you don't really think about it because it's Santa Claus in the day. You think of some big guy coming down your chimney giving you treats and stuff. But you really think about it, you know what I mean? He has some insane powers attached to him because, again, he can travel across time. How do you deliver that many gifts all over the world? He can get in any place he wants to get. Now, he can get in there. He has the ability to be able to animals. Have you seen the demonstration? He has unbelievable strength. He has immortality, man. It's insane when you look it up. I found it fascinating. So we're in the forum site and we're talking. They were talking about most powerful mutants ever, and some Santa Claus. And everybody started laughing. He says, "No, look at it. If you correctly, Marvel did make a comic book about Santa Claus. And then when you go and look at it and you read things, like, good gracious, I never knew it was that powerful." Yep. I find that pretty impressive. Oh, one time I was in the game store. This is wrong. They were talking about biblical fighting characters. Again, very stupid. And right on the edge of blasphemy, which means that's automatic sentence to hell. But if the last boss was God, I'm not fighting that. That's never going to happen. That's one of the things they were laughing about. That was actually interesting. If the last boss was God, house working, machine just shuts off. But you can't be God. Impossible. So you have the last character come up and they said, new challenger, God. The God pops up and all of a sudden the machine shuts off automatically because that's virtually impossible. I'd be more realistic, like, what the frick happened to my game system? Why did it shut off? You read to the manual, like, oh yeah, when you get to the boss level, God, the machine shuts off. Alright, this is done. It's all finished. Kind of blacked out kind of nicely, real nicely. Okay. This is going to be an interesting build. This is going to be an interesting PC setup. And we can put this together. It's going to have my entire jungle scenery on it. All these things. This has to be glued in. So, very easy setup. Motherboard. Putting enough room here for our video card. Liquid cooling system. Hard drive. This piece right here is for a cutout for the power supply. Will fit here, right here, so air can travel out and air can travel this way. All this with the plexiglass, where you see these at, we're going to put tubes in here, clear tubes, so the plexiglass is here locked, one sheet here locked, here, and then one for the back. Case sits over top of it, and I have all this room to build. The motherboard is upside down because we want all the peripherals to be extended to travel through here and come out through here in the interface. Let me do it. So right now, I'm going to begin the process of getting ready to paint my base. Oh, here's a good brush. I like it. Let's get more of these brushes. Now, is this glued in? Not yet. We got this all just put in by. This is not glued in yet. I'm gonna hot glue this in. At least I have my base finished. Base, how can you go? What a brother knows. Let's stand up for this. Long day to have allergies, boy. Allergies a day. Pollen count's a little high outside. Gotta be careful because I'm wearing all tan. Nice brush, man. Best thing to have is a good brush and the paint to go on nice and smooth. This is how easy it should be to paint a projection screen. That's why we make our products like this. And they gotta have a little thickness to them too, because if they don't mind you doing a ceiling, that stuff is going to give off a horrible spatter effect if it's too thin. It's not going to cover any of the imperfections. You're not going to spend all day long sanding your wall down. And that's a lot of work, and you got a lot of debris coming off that wall all through your environment. So especially if it has a thicker base to it. Let's just paint it. That's beautiful. I think I'm gonna paint the whole thing too, might as well. Right. I can always put it back together where I want it. This is so the power supply can feed out through here, to this tube, and come back through here. Got corners nicely. Taco's making biscuits. Some of those biscuits in here. Feels great to have that guy cut off and not calling my phone all the time. It didn't bug me, but he's a weird guy. Nobody wants someone weird calling their phone. So. Cloaked in there nicely. No, see, brush is too wide for that. I was wondering why I can't get that in there. But we're good. We can do it the other way. It's no problem. That's definitely a good brush. Definitely a good brush. Usually I get the ones that are made from horsehair. Those are the best ones to get, but these are actually pretty good. These are cheap too. Very, very cheap. It's like $3 for a whole pack of them. What I like about cheap brushes is the fact that they push out, they spring out, like they spread out. And then you're trying to paint something detail, you got this one loose hair that's pretty much throwing off your detail. And these are actually pretty good. Paint is fantastic. I like painting. Painting relaxes me. I can do this all day long. This right here is relaxing. So I'm gonna call this blacking out. I know that doesn't even sound right. Change your words, change your words. Paint job blackout. So we have to have a term for what we call it. Call it paint job blackout. So now I know how to title the video. We have to do a blackout job. Like I said, this works better. It works in two ways. It hardens the box. And then on top of that, consider the fact that it basically lays a nice foundation for putting our designs or what we want to do, because the boxes are hard to cover. Any other paint you use is kind of hard to... Whoa. Man, I thought I was stepping on you for a minute, because it had to be right behind me sometimes. Except on one of his toys. But yeah. So we have to cover it over first. And then get our section in there done. We got our top area done. Pretty much almost done here. Use a little bit of here. Basically, a nice palette. Yeah, good brush. I like this. I'm gonna buy some more of these. I'm going right back up. Get me another set. This one. This one. I always tell myself at the end I'm not gonna do the whole thing, and then later on, just do the whole thing. You know why? Get it out of the way and get it done. Because again, when that motherboard comes in, I want to be the size of the motherboard. I got the motherboard screws coming in. We got all that stuff coming in. I want to make sure we have everything ready to go. Install my motherboards in the day too also. Got some red paint to finish the trim on that today. Did I buy the red paint? I think I bought the red. I think I just want more black and white. Oh, I did, didn't I? All right, we don't need more red. We got glow in the dark red coming in. That case is about to be glow. It's gonna go in the dark pretty soon. We can do that one at night when you have the lights out. Or we can do lights on here anyway. Now to make sure that case glows extra bright, we're gonna get some poly. We're gonna get some clear, high fluorescent glow, and go over everything with it. Makes it much more easier. This is where the power supply is going to lay at in here.
Why are you in the way? Why is all this in the way? Get out of here.
Really entertain much because painting for me is therapeutic. I love to paint. So when I have people saying, we're going to paint the living room, any volunteers, I'll do it. You know why? I like to paint. As long as you leave me alone, don't be in my area when I'm painting. We don't need 4 or 5 people. I'll do it myself. I'll go down and I pick up all the supplies because, again, I like a certain kind of paint. I like a certain kind of roller when I'm painting. Should be fun. Shouldn't be, what the frick? How come the wall's pushing? I don't want to go through all that crap. Nope. So, I'll pay for everything. All you got to do is feed me. That's it. Feed me, and I'm good. I'll paint that whole place up. I'll paint the kitchen. I'll paint the bathroom. I'll paint your deck. Everything. I'll paint everything. I get to break out the paint sprayers, knock out the deck. You know, when you're doing the bathroom, you can't do regular paint in the bathroom. You got to have a special paint for that. It's mold and mildew resistance. Prime it, prep it, the whole 9 yards. I like to paint. So my friends, when they got to paint, they got somebody, because most people, they don't want to paint. They don't even bother with it. Like people like to move. I don't got no problem with moving. I'll pack your stuff up, label all your boxes and everything. Helped a lot of people move. As long as you feed me, I'm good. Feed me, I'll be moved. No problem. For me, it's a workout. Another day of exercise. That's why I like it. You know, to joke and have fun with your friends and, you know, help them out. Got no problem with that. Some people just don't like to paint and they don't like to, because they consider paint to be a work. It's not work. It's therapeutic. It's watching one image shift over to another. Beginning of change and progress. That's why I like to watch those videos where they go in and they tear a whole house down, or they cut out the walls and the floor and they strip it right down to the bare bone and they build right from there. Bring it all back to life again. Process of the plumbing, the wiring, foundation. Beautiful to watch. I love watching this whole house. That's my favorite thing to watch. Now this is going to be black, all black? No, this is going to be kind of a tannish, kind of bronze rusted look. A little greenish and dark patchy areas. We can start laying the foundation for the overgrown jungle. So, gotta lay the foundation first. This is first foundation. Multiple stages. Once the glue gun gets here, we piece all this together. Right now, we need to lay the first foundation. Oh, it already came out. Cool, can use that. No wrong way to put the foundation on. Well, I like the paint. I like to add a little calmness and chaos at the same time. Don't plan it, just let it flow. So let me show you, we do our powder job on that one. We do the pat job over and over again, over and over again, over again. Different colors blending through. Can't plan it. Has to go flow right through. I know it sounds like a bunch of craziness, right? But that's pretty much how it is. It is. And you have some artists will tell you at the end of the day that don't control the brush, let the brush control you. I really didn't understand that at one point, and I was like, what the frig are you talking about? And now I understand. Yes, sometimes it's more. Become one with the centipede as you become the centipede itself. Now I'm speaking gibberish for you. I like the one that says if a tree falls in the forest, does anyone hear it? Yeah, they do. There's animals in the forest. The forest isn't empty. There's no one in the forest, and no one else is hearing it. If a tree falls, either a squirrel starts to sit there and get crushed by it, or it's going to move. So technically, yeah, there is something here. It's not people, animals here. That's why they run when they hear something fall over. Guarantee, if all the trees in the woods started collapsing, you would just see a ton of animals come pouring out of the woods in every direction. So guess what? That riddle's solved. Is there anyone there to hear it? Who thought of that one? Were they high when they came with that one? Of course there is. There's animals in the woods. I've never heard of a tree falling out and a deer getting crushed by... unless he couldn't move and his legs were broken. But other than that, if he can move, he's getting out of the way. Shoot, they're the first ones to go when you hear an earthquake pop off. They're the first ones, okay, you know what? I've been barking for the last half hour. If dogs could talk, they would sit there. I've been barking for the last half hour. There is a huge earthquake coming, and about 2 minutes from now, I suggest you unchain me and we get the freak out of here. And they could talk. They could tell you all kinds of stuff. Birds could come over and say, hey, look, there was an earthquake somewhere in the Mid-Atlantic Ocean, and there's a 400-foot wall of water coming this way. So, but I don't see anything. No, but I can feel it. See what I mean? There you go. But they still tell you, because they get up and they leave. People just think, oh, Sparky's just having a moment. And then 5 minutes later, you're freaking waist up, and probably to your neck up in freaking water. Because you didn't listen to Sparky. Sparky was trying to warn you and tell you that something big was coming. But no. He was like, somebody shut that freaking dog up. Why the frick is he barking? You have to understand. They have better sight than we do. Better hearing, and their instincts are peaked. We don't have that. We have it to a certain degree, but they have it way beyond ours. So if your dog is barking out of control for no reason, something is on your property. I always listen to my animals. I always watch them. And they've never been wrong. Never been wrong. I would never tell a dog to be quiet if it's barking. I go out there and check it out, take a look. Because you don't know what's out there. You can't see it, but they can. You can't hear it, but they can. You can't sense it, but they can. So, yeah. If Sparky gets to barking, then we go out there with the non-lethals. Like I said, I don't want to really hurt anybody at the end of the day, but I do got to defend myself. So we got to walk out there with the non-lethals. Had a friend of mine said, rubber bullets don't hurt. All right, do me a favor. You need to stand right here for a minute. Why don't you put this body armor on first? Because, I want to crack one of your ribs in the process. Yeah, took him out. He's on the ground going, trying to breathe. Because, yeah, that's like a hit. It's hard. We were having this conversation about rubber bullets. I'm like, sure, okay. I'm going to shoot you with this rubber bullet. Why don't you put this body armor for me? I'm not going to need this. I'm a big guy. No. Trust me. You're going to need this. Trust me. I'm going to put that armor on him. And I shot him at 5 feet. And he freaking went down. The impact. You ever do extreme paintballing where they use military rounds? Yeah, you'll feel it. Even when you do regular paintballing, go in there with a t-shirt and see what happens. Coming out with all kinds of welts and marks all over your body. Like, geez. That sucker's hurt. That's why they make you wear safety goggles. You don't lose a freaking eye in the process. Or a helmet. Because some jerks, at the end of the day, be walking around with marbles in their system. Sanded down marbles. Can you believe that? That's happened a few times. People are going in with sanded down marbles. They grind them down so they can fit in the chamber of a paintball gun. That's a weapon at the end of the day. That's literally a lethal weapon. But yeah, people have done it. And you get banned. It's an automatic official ban because you can hurt somebody pretty bad with that. How sick do you have to be at the end of the day to come up with that idea? Oh, gee, I'm going to sit there in front of a grinder and grind down these marbles so they're about the size of a paintball. And I'm going to go out there and hit somebody with one of these things. That's just, yeah. People do some dumb stuff. But it has happened. People have gotten hit with marbles. And, yep, get a permanent disqualification. You get, not permanent, but you get banned from the arena from going in. In the day. I haven't done airsoft yet. I do want to do airsoft with the rubber bullets, rubber pellets. I want to see what that's like. Alright, so we had enough. We had more than enough paint left over. We got a lot of paint left over. That was only 4 ounces of paint, by the way. That was only 4 ounces. That's it. Let's get in our areas. Make sure we got everything. It was only 4 ounces. 4 ounces of paint. We still got paint left over. We got a lot left over. I'm gonna have to repaint the Gundam though. Black, which I should have did. I didn't think about it. I thought the orange, since this took well, I'm thinking that the color is gonna take well too. The colors don't take, they take well. So we have to coat them on black first. That's the sticker that's supposed to go down underneath here to make sure that stays underneath there. We'll have to glue that in. That's going to require the glue gun for that. So yeah, this baby is already into black, and I got nothing on me. Yay! Or I should be out shopping for some plastic bonds. Ew, what are you doing? Cass is so weird. So many levels, I swear he's a weirdo. You're over there doing yoga. Yoga. Downward cat. We call this downward cat. Yeah, man, I tell you, man. I try not to think about it, but it's going to be interesting. Next year is going to be really interesting. 2 ways it's going to be interesting. Again, these lawsuits are pushing through, man. It's going to be interesting, I'll tell you that much. I go back and I think about, I keep myself, I don't read the emails. If I read the emails, I'm going to have problems. They're going to have a lot of problems if we read those emails. But I don't. I try to stay away from that. Because that's basically something that's going to trigger off something, and it's going to cause us to walk into a certain courtroom and take care of it. Because if we do that, again, as I said before, somebody's going to be, they're never getting out of jail. A few of them are not getting out, period. They're not getting out, period. But one of them, because I've been dealing with them longer, you'd think you would, but I like to give people second chances. But that's why I try to stay away from the emails, because the emails he sent to me were pretty disturbing emails. I guess he was trying to hurt my feelings or something, I don't know. But I may forget that mercy and go walk up to this lawyer downstairs, who will file with federal courts. Walk past his office every day. All I gotta do is walk in there with my paperwork and hire him. And he'll basically file with federal courts. And that's it. That's the end of it. That's all it takes. So I have to make sure that I'm prey on this. And don't do this out of anger. And we do this out of what needs to be done. But as far as I'm concerned, $108,000, $8,000. I'm happy with that. We'll just break it down take it to the CCB and all that stuff like that and do it that way. But I mean, this guy said some real nasty stuff, man. I mean, really, really nasty stuff. Just bitter, man. You can see the devil in people when you see the way they talk and the way they carry on. You know, making statements about my cat over there, saying that I'm having intercourse with my cat because I have scratch marks on my arm. You know, scratch marks got there. When you go through nerve damage and your skin burns, no matter how much you scratch it, you can't feel it. It just keeps burning. It literally feels like your body's on fire. That's what happened when I went through and I breathed in all that black mold. I damaged the inside of my lungs, caused traumatic nerve damage in my arms, and I would scratch my flesh because I couldn't get rid of the pain because I was in a lot of pain. But someone took it upon themselves, we know who, to say that I got those scratches from my cat. And I got that basically because I was in severe pain. So when you say something like that, it takes everything I have. I got to pray to my Lord for me to handle this the right way. Because to Mr. Fernando, if I walk into that downstairs area and I meet it with that lawyer, your life is gone that fast. Mind you, you got serious copyright violations we have against you. It's all it takes. I walk past this office every day. And I got to pray. When I think about some of the stuff you have done to my family and friends, I got to pray every time I walk past there. Anybody else I'm talking to from the door would fire on you in a hot second. They would love to see you in jail for the rest of your life. I try to look the other way. I try to see how Jesus would handle this situation. You know. So I went through a very painful ordeal when I got sick. Very painful ordeal. And I still ran my company and did my job as I'm supposed to do. Every day on camera, even though I was going through that torment of that pain. You know, it's very hard to try to keep it together on camera and your mind's racing at 100 miles an hour and you think you can't breathe or you're suffocating and you're going to die in this house. Yeah, I went through that torment. So the fact that we have the upper hand on so much stuff that's not even funny, that it takes everything I got to keep from doing it. But you will pay me a lot of money. I can do that. At least it's only $108,000. Could be far worse than that. I mean, it's copyrights. We can get millions of dollars out of them, literally millions. But if we walk it into federal court, that's it. That's the end of it. That's why I told you. He pulled this YouTube channel down because, again, when you're in a situation like that, you talk to people. You're being sued, you talk to people. Everybody does it. And I told you, lawyers went back and checked. We know they went back and checked. The lawyer downstairs had to go check because he can't take a case from me. He got to make sure my copyrights are legit. I had to get my copyrights. I had to get my registration number. He went and looked it up. Came back and said, okay, now we can talk. So I just want to make sure that you got the real thing and not, wasting my time. So he talked to people. I told you talk to people. And I'm pretty sure they told him from the door. If you touch this guy's these copyrights are real, number one. And they're going to ask, how many times did you touch them? So they're going to advise him from the door to distance. Start removing your website. Start removing your email. Get rid of all that stuff. Get rid of all of it. Because at least if he takes you to court, it does show the judge that you made an effort. But the problem is that he hit it too many times. Usually people do that when they hit a copyright 1 or 2 times. But too late, too little. Especially when he had a cease and desist order that was sent to him by an attorney telling him to back it down. He refused to. So yeah. Yeah, sirree. So his very existence on his family and friends and whatever, it rests with us. Whatever decision we make. So I don't know. We'll see from there. I would like to take it to CCB, to tell you the truth, and just sue him for the money, which we know we're not going to get our money up front because, again, he likes to play games, so we'll have to go to a debt collector, go through courts and go through execution of judgment, file a judgment against them, and get a debt collector to come in and pick up his stuff. So the minute the minute the judgment goes through, they freeze everything. They freeze the banking accounts, everything gets knocked down. And then after that, they start removing money out of his account to transfer it over to the account where they have the courts. So they get ready to pay us. And if there's not enough in the accounts, then the next thing they'll do is they'll basically go to his place of business or whatever, and they'll take from there. And they'll just keep on taking whatever they can find. If there's nothing left, then they slap him with a lien till the rest of it's paid off. The worst thing about the liens, they do have interest, a lot of interest. Interest grows pretty quick. So you're going to end up owing me, and then on top of that, with our lawsuit, that's not the end of it. Like I said, if we took it to federal, the jail time comes in, and then you get hit with the state. The state will come in and hit you with like $250,000. They don't want to with them heavy fines. Yeah. Yep. And I find it interesting because, the first time we sent out a process server to his front door, it's from the CCB first time. And now we're going to do this again through the process server. And he went in and made jokes about how it wasn't real, it was fake. I told people at the end of the day, be very careful about things you say out of your mouth. Because now he's going to find out it's real. How real it's going to be. Now, like I said, he doesn't have to show up. He doesn't show up, no big deal. He's not going to go to jail or anything, because that's why we're taking it to CCB. And we took it to federal court. Yeah, they're going to put a warrant for his arrest and come get him. It's copyright. They have to. It's a federal crime. They got to come pick him up. And we go through there. And the minute we file, and it gets back to them, to find out he broke this law, they got to get a warrant for his arrest. They'll pick him up and lock him up. So, if we go down that route, if we go through the CCB, he gets no criminal charges at all. He just gets sued. If he doesn't show up, the lawsuit, it doesn't make a difference. They win in our favor, it goes on court records, and we go in and we execute judgment, and they go from there. That's it. Credit score, all that destroyed, all that goes down, everything. They damage everything in the process. Probably have to file for Chapter 11 or something like that to get out of it. He still has to go through Chapter 11 anyway, either way. But yeah. And they're just going to dig into his finances, which means not digging into his finances. They're going to start digging around on his company. Okay, he'll get sued and his company's getting sued. We're suing both of them, him and the company. So they're going to dig through his company's finances. And again, like I said, the whole perjury thing, that thing's going to come up. There's no way to get around those things. They're not going to forget that. It's a government. They don't forget anything. They're not going to forget that. He's got to come with them documents. So, and even if he doesn't get jail time by us, he's going to get it by that perjury. It's going to get him. Well, and like I said, you can remove stuff, but it's not going to dissolve the LLC. You can dissolve the LLC. Like right now, I can go and contact LegalZoom, whoever's involved in it. I can dissolve my LLC because all my paperwork is done. Can't dissolve it with that open document. It's like trying to close an account and you owe money. You got to pay off all the money first, and then you can close the account. That's how they do it. Right? You got to have those documents. Now it's been a couple of months, I think this is going to be 2 years coming up. They're going to ask him what it took him so long. And if he doesn't come with a proper answer, they're going to start digging through his books. And that is not going to go well at all. Usually when you're dealing with agencies like that, it's never a slap on the wrist. There's some jail time involved in there somewhere. You're not playing around with that at all. I remember one time I told you about I got that business wholesale license, and I made a mistake on the application, and I put down that one person worked there, which I counted myself. So I'm sending the books back with 0 on them. I'm trying to figure out why you got one person working with you and your books are coming back 0. I was using the wholesale license to buy stuff for cheap and making a bargain with people that, you do free. You do my freaking roof, I'll give you something. I hook you up with a stereo system, which is not going to cost me much. Which they can't obtain because they can't get the license, but I can. Do no bartering. No money was changing hands. As long as no money is changing hands, you're good in that particular field. So, sure enough, I got a letter from them. They don't play around. They contacted me. And I was like, oh, shoot. IRS is contacting me. So, I get up early in the morning, go down to the due date, Walk into this room, there's like 6 of them in there. I'm at the far end, they're up in front. And one guy was talking, the rest of them just were writing stuff in. The guy was like, Mr. Bird, you said you got a company named so-and-so and so? I was like, yes, I do. I said, you got one person working here, but your books are coming back empty. I said, I ain't got nobody working for me. It's just me. I made a mistake. I put myself in there. I thought it was just talking about just me. And the guy was like, okay. That's understandable because people do that one. Now, if I put 3 people in there, that'd have got me in trouble. If I lied and said 2 people, that'd have got me in trouble. That's why you don't lie on the documents. I sat there and said one person, which I counted myself. And they usually get that from time to time. Somebody counts himself. I said, am I in any trouble? No. And I remember I said, he said, how are you making money? I said that I'm not making any money. I said, I'm just buying this stuff wholesale, and I'm trading the wholesale item for a free hookup on my roof or something I may need. They're just for favors. And then the guy turned around and says, we're the IRS. We're not in the business of doing favors. I never forget when he said that line to me. I said, yeah, but I'm not doing anything wrong. All I'm doing is there's no money exchanging hands. He's hooking up the roof for free. I'm giving him something out of the book. That's all we're doing. It's okay, Mr. Bird. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. So then after all that, they let me go. They just said, when I got up, I needed a new license. Another reason why I need to be there too. I said, oh, my license expired. I need to get another one. He said, oh, it's going to be on the 2nd floor this time, right on the left. And I went to got another one. Yeah. They don't play around. They're real strict on that kind of stuff. Thank goodness I didn't lie and put down one person. Because if you put down 2 people, you're going to sit there and say, well, I put down one person. Yeah, who's the other person? This happens when you live through life with very little consequences. When you live through life with very little consequences on your actions, people are known to do reckless stuff because they figure nothing's going to happen to them because it didn't happen to them in the past. Well, there's a thing called life catching up to you. That's what's happening. Life caught up. I think I'd rather get it over and done with when I'm young than take a hit on when I'm older. And life is more precious for me. Because when I'm young, I got time to kill. When you get older, you ain't got that time anymore. Every day is precious. It is when you're young, too. I understand that. But not when you're 1 foot in. You got 1 foot already in. And those people are like, what do you mean by 1 foot in? I'm talking about 1 foot in the casket. Remember, man don't live that long. Man's time expectancy is 70. That's it. You're lucky if you're able to reach 80, 90. You're lucky. 100. You're lucky. You're blessed. But the average man doesn't make it that long. The average woman lives longer than men. So most people pass off in their 50s. Their 60s, 70s. The 70 is the mark usually most men pass away in. That is not the time you want to be out doing dumb stuff, but you do have people doing it. You have old people, older people out there doing reckless, dumb stuff in that age. That is not the time to be gambling on your freaking future in the afterlife. That is not the time to be doing it. Where the freak did I just put that at? I just had it in my hand. Literally just had it in my hand. We lost it that quick. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I need to drop that down, but I need to figure out where I just put the stand at that quick. Oh, over here. Yeah. I take it seriously. Yeah, that's done. I got invest in a little fan. The air cleaner cleans up. It has air that blows out of it. It dries everything pretty nicely. And what the freak did he just do? It's the zoomies. It's the zoomies. Wow. 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 Cat James. Cat James. Cat James. Wow. Enjoy yourself. That's Cat James. Enjoy yourself. Rah. Rah. And got the other half that are mad because we won't throw them in jail. They want to see, these are the people that like to see chaos. They just want to see trouble going. That's all. You're instigators. Life has something for you too. Yep, you'll be in the same basket. That's interesting. You live on the earth long. I mean, I'm 56. I haven't been on here long enough. But you see enough. You see enough of what's coming. That's interesting. When I see people doing wretched stuff, I see what's going to be coming to you. You don't go through life without paying. You have to pay. Everybody pays. There's not one person on this earth that didn't pay. Everybody has to pay. Commit a crime, they execute you. You think you got away with it? No, you wake up on the other side. The worst part of it all. Gotta pay. I watch on cops or people evade police for 30, 40 years. They make the smallest mistake and get caught. Being careful all this time, you make the smallest mistake. It's going to happen. When you say you're able to avoid all that, so you're able to get away with it, live a long life, figure you got away with it, maybe rob the bank, got all this money, and you're living a good life now, and no one's going to catch you. God knows what you did. So he'll be waiting for you in the next life. So will the other one, too. They didn't get away with it. Everybody has to pay a price when you come off this earth, whether they're on or in it, they'll pay that price. So that's what I find interesting about people who make, they figure they rob something, they got the money, they're living a good life, no one's ever going to catch you and get away with it, and then they have a heart attack or something happens and they die and leave this earth. And then you're on the other side, and now you're done. Because someone saw what you did. You figure no one saw what you did, right? That's why when people say, I got away with it, no one saw it. Yeah, someone did see it. The devil and God saw what you did. You didn't get away with nothing. That's what's interesting when you understand life. You start understanding it, the big picture of it all. You don't get away with anything. But everybody on this planet thinks they get away with something. You don't. Nope. In the Bible, you got a thing called the Book of Life. The Book of Life is every sin you've ever committed in that book, to be read off to you when the time comes. Everything that you have done is in that book. The only people that don't have to worry about what's in that book are people that are baptized. As all your sins are washed away. Yeah. But then people make this mistake at the end of the day. They feel that as long as they fake forgiveness, and they, some people go to a preacher where they ask for forgiveness or whatever, and they go back out and commit a crime. As long as I go back and I keep asking for forgiveness, I'll keep getting forgiven. I can keep doing the same thing. It's a get out of jail free card. It's not a get out of jail free card. You have to be sincere, 100% in your heart, and you want to never do it again in order to get forgiveness. Other than that, you don't have it. You're in that book of life. Yeah. This does not go well with sugar. This is worse. Blueberry, pomegranate. Oh, good gracious. I know that when I bought it. Pomegranate, Pomegranate. That's what it is. That's disgusting. Why would someone with this freaking particular blend? That is nasty. Maybe somebody has to like it. Maybe the son doesn't like it. Oh, it's gross. God. Hey, Bruce, just keep it the tea, don't it? That's nasty. That is so nasty, man. It's like somebody soaked their feet in Gatorade. That's disgusting. Sheesh. After that and stuff, you'd be waiting for dude to come out on the freaking prize sticker. Hey, you want to play a game? Ah, beat you to the punch, buddy. I'm already doing it. Freaking this nasty stuff. I bet you if you put it into a gas tank right now, you could drive anywhere you want. I probably could start a car with that stuff. That stuff is gross. It's got this nasty aftertaste to it. God. Okay, we got this one done. Oh no. I gotta do that one over there. I gotta check. I think I got parts. Got my parts there. And this thing is all painted down, which is good. It's into the black. I overkilled that one. Too much. That was way too much sugar. Man, I had to get something to balance that out. Man, I'm not doing that one again. Way too much sugar in my system. Okay. Oh crap, really? No, I'm just trying to get you put away. Close eyes. Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah. Let's try to finish. I want to shut this thing now. Let me lock it in. All right, hold on for a minute. I'm gonna use this way it is. You. Come here for a minute. I need to be a jerk. Don't be a jerk. Come here, get in here for a minute. I want to make sure 1% that this is not a problem. Come here for a minute. Let's share about relaxing. Where's my phone? Is it on me? It's on me. Okay. Yeah, this whole thing just came out. Just sit right on. That is not really locked in this sucker. Alright. Okay. Just want to make sure. Contact him and let him know. Alright, just want to make sure, buddy. Yeah, I went to go grab the door, and the handle came off. I was like, what the freak? The handle came off, and I wanted to make sure that I'm not locked in here. Where's my phone at? Got my phone on me. Everybody reach somebody. Oh, I forgot. You got two doors in here. I literally forgot there's a door on this side over here. I can actually go through that door. If that happens, I can actually come through that door. Oh shoot, why's my camera on backwards? There we go. There I am. Done. Right. Wow. Let's dry out real nicely. Good. Let's see. I need 2 more. Well, actually, I need 1 for that one. And that one. I need 2 more for that. So I'll get that taken care of. There we go. Ice bucket's coming out nice. That orange PC, I'm going to basically recoat that in black again. Should have did it all in black to begin with, and then go back over with some orange. So we still have the ice effect to put in with that refrigerator, but I'm gonna go take care of something real quick. Ready to be out and about. Got some business to take care of. And I'll cleaned up nicely. I'll tell you one thing. I don't know what it is for other people. I guess it's for some people. I don't know. I know one thing that as you get, for me, as I got older, it's never about name brand anymore. It's all about being comfortable. That's what it's about. I couldn't care less if it was name brand or not. As long as it's comfortable. I like these boots. I got these boots for $35. They're comfortable. They got the insulation fur from all the way to the toe. Usually they insulate the tongue, that's it. But these are all way, the whole thing is covered in that fur. Man, these are so warm and so comfortable. Got them on Amazon for $35. I like them. Got a nice little style about them. Some orange there. And they're all the way through. All the way through. Oh, those are my compression socks. Yep, these things are so freaking comfortable. $35. I don't go for that name. When I was young, yeah, it was name brand. Name brand this, name brand. Now when you get older, it's all about being comfortable. That's why I like my cargos. I like my cargos better than jeans because they're lightweight, they're breathable, tons of pockets. That's what I love about my cargos. Yep. And these are the most comfortable boots I bought so far. I'm gonna get another pair. Definitely get another pair. $35, real cheap. Nice pair. And I don't care what other people think. They're like, oh, they're not. Who cares at the end of the day? It's about being comfortable at the end of the day. What you like at the end of the day. Who cares what other people think? That's the problem. People are all bent up worrying about what other people think. People will come out of the house uncomfortable, wearing something that hurts their feet, their back, or whatever, just so they can show. Who cares? One thing I learned about hanging around with some white friends of mine, I could never, at one point I couldn't understand, they would have the same old turned over Nikes, LA Gears as back in the day. And they would just want to get a new pair. They just wear the same pair, same pair. I'm like, dude, why don't you get a new pair of kicks? Like, nah, man, you understand, man. These things are broken in just right. These things are so comfortable. And I bought umpteen a pair of sneakers. You got to break them in. You got to put in that spray. You got to put in the stretch the leather and cutting into your arch. And if they're not wide enough, you know what I mean, it hurt your feet and all that. You got to go through that process over and over again just for some new kicks. And then, as I got older, I really didn't care about that. It was all about being comfortable. I had the same pair of sneakers for about a year or 2 years or so forth, and they could be worn down. It didn't make a difference. They were comfortable, and I finally understood. It's about being comfortable. I've had beef and broccolis. I've had butters. I had 40 belows. You know what 40 belows are? That's 40 belows are roughly over a $200 boot. They come all the way up to here. They call them 40 belows because they're basically used for the Alps. Kind of Timberlands they were. They had a separate booty that went on the inside, like would come out like an insulated booty, and they came all the way up to here. And those things were like $200, $300 for them. I bought those every year. And one time I went to Payless and bought some regular combat boots, and they were comfortable and they were nice. So I kept going back to Payless and buying all my stuff. And I'm buying my Skechers, and McVans, and what was the other one I liked at the end of the day? Lugs. Yep. But when you're young, people do that. I guess old people do it too. Look at your sneakers and say, oh, they got to be name brand. No, they don't. They can be comfortable. That's all that matters. That's all that matters, as long as they're comfortable. I remember going through that crap when I was a kid. We get some track sneakers from Sears and didn't want to wear them because they weren't name brand. They weren't Nikes or Ponies. My Ponies back in the day. They weren't Ponies or Converses or none of them. And you feel like everybody's staring at your sneakers and all. You go to that subconscious stage of nonsense. And then as you get older, well, some people don't. Some people are still in that subconscious stage. And they worry about how people think, how they dress and all. But the other half that has more freedom, we don't. I was also looking at on YouTube has this whole documentary about single life versus non-single life. I can tell you, boy, they hit that hammer. Hit it right on the hammer on that one. Yeah. Less stress. That is definitely one of them. Less stress, more money, more time. Yeah. I don't know about less money because I made more money than the other person made when we were living together. So money wasn't an issue. That wasn't a problem. I made more money. Stress was definitely one of them because, mind you dealing with somebody else at the end of the day. You definitely going to bring on stress. Relationships bring on tons and tons of stress. You won't be happy all the time. Virtually impossible. And I looked at that documentary and I said, you're right. Free time. Yeah. A lot more free time. But that stress, boy, it ain't even worth it. There's a couple in Family Dollar today. I was in there buying something. There's a couple in there arguing. Cutting all the business out there, screaming, yelling at each other. I'm just sitting there looking at them like, I'm so glad I got to deal with that no more. That's why I want to get people come on saying, oh, but you got to hook up in a relationship for what? You lost your marbles. It's the reason why you're sitting in your driveway contemplating about driving off and never coming back if you were happy. I see y'all sitting in your cars and this endless stare, thinking that if I just turn to the left, all my problems are over. Mine, you got kids in the day, so you can't do that. You're tied in. And that's what happens to some people as they're driving. They never come back home. They just leave. Tired of it. And then you wake up and you're sitting there staring into bed at the ceiling thinking, gee, this is my life. Can't regret your kids. I would take my kids, but then you can't have you kidnapped and you get yourself in a lot of trouble. Scratch that one. You're stuck. That's where you're at. As you divorce and you separate and whatever, and that's going to be nasty from right down the core. If you thought it was worse what you were going through now, divorce is going to be 10 times worse. So, you're stuck. Thank goodness I didn't get married that one. Oh, I'm so happy. I didn't married and had no kids by or nothing. Sheesh. Now I meet people say, hey, I got people in my family that are married forever. And I sit there and go, marriage life is wonderful, it's beautiful. But I know deep down inside that it's not. Because you're not happy 24/7. Because I hear your arguments, I hear your complaints, you speak to me about everything, so I know all this stuff. Person doesn't check in, that's the worst, ain't it? When a person doesn't check in, you'll get in an argument, they leave out the door, and they don't basically contact you the whole entire day, you will lose your freaking marbles. Yep, all that stress. But it's the price you pay, that's what it comes with it. It's just the price, you know it from the door. As you get older, you spend more time sitting back and watching it than actually getting involved in it. When you're young, you're involved in it. Always involved in it. But as you get older, you learn from your past mistakes, and now you sit back and you watch it from a distance, and you go, You start rethinking and reevaluating everything. You start thinking that this and that and this and that. It's interesting when you really look at it, that when you first meet somebody, that's what I find is so interesting. I might take a course in psychology because I'm really curious about that. It's so interesting. I watch people, when they first meet each other, the bright-eyed, bushy-tailed scenario, they're all in love with each other. They got everything in common, you know what I mean? We go out to eat with a fantastic time, All that's a facade, it's a show. I mean, people can be very serious and say, yeah, that's them. But you really don't get to know someone to actually spend time to live with them. Then you see all the things you've never seen before. Things they do behind closed doors that you will never see. Like wash their socks in the sink. Or maybe leave muddy footprints on the floor. Stuff like that they do in their everyday living life that they don't do in your life. Because you don't live with them. And then when you get divorced, you really think you know someone, but you truly don't know anyone. That's virtually impossible. Just on a deeper think of it all. When you think about it. You can be married to somebody for years and you truly would still never know that person. You know about them. You don't know them. That's what you have to understand. You have to understand the two. Where people have second lives you don't even know. Interesting. That's what I said. I find it all interesting. Now, get me wrong. I'm not trying to sow tears into your relationships in any way whatsoever. I just find that part fascinating. I find all of that fascinating. The whole thing about the relationship, I find it fascinating. Interesting theory. When someone says that you're going to die alone, I find that the most funniest thing in the world, and I'll tell you why. You are going to die alone. They can't come with you. I literally had a female tell me that, oh yeah, you're going to die alone. Like, of course I'm going to die alone. Are you planning to come with me? Oh, you're not. So you're going to stay there and I'm the one that's going to go. Well, guess what? I'm going in alone. But technically, if you're a Christian, you're not going alone. It's when you're not Christian, you are going in alone. But no one is coming with you. Yep, that 5-year relationship gave me a lot to think about, to evaluate life on a different level. It gives me an understanding on how the mind functions and how people work, and it's very, very fascinating. No one really knows anybody. That's what it comes down to. And I understand we get people that says, why? We have the same music, we have the same food. It doesn't mean anything. You really don't know anybody. Relationship, you think it's going to be 100%. I love when people are first in relationships and they think that every day is going to be like that. Oh, no, the freak is not. After a while, people become tired of each other. And not even become tired of each other, they sort of get on each other's nerves. And that definitely does happen in every relationship. They will start to get on your nerves. This is why if you find him or her in the driveway and they've been in there for a while, they're not texting anybody. They just want to be somewhere where you're not at. People do get tired of each other. It's just common nature. It's not intentionally like you did it on purpose. You just get tired of being around each other. Every freaking day, day and a night, day and a night, day and a night, day and a night. You need a break. I mean, technically, if you want the relationship to work honestly, you definitely have to take a break from each other. And then this is where the trust factor kicks in. Because then this is where the craziness kicks in too, because they may need to go on a resort. You may need to go on a resort. You have to trust each other to be separated from each other to go on a resort that nothing's going to happen. And then that's where the madness kicks in. Some people can't handle that separation process for a little bit. So you stay together and become crazy, or you separate and you become crazy. Nope. When I see beautiful women out there, the first thing I think in the back of my head is this worth my insanity at the end of the day? Not saying it can be both ways. Same thing with men. Women out there thinking too at the end of the day, oh, he's a good looking guy, but do I really want to go through that nut job nonsense at the end of the day, dealing with somebody else's freaking emotions and ups and downs and mood swings and everything else that I got to take on? There you go. It doesn't balance out. I find it interesting that way back, in the 20s and 30s, that a divorced family was frowned upon. A single woman was frowned upon in the 50s. They did this thing on Happy Days about a woman that moved in next door and she was a single woman. And oh, they just blew everything. It's way out of proportion. Oh, she's this and that. She's everything. All the neighbors were talking about it. It's like, yeah, see, that was a big thing that was frowned upon. But they now, no, not so much. Families back then with divorce, you look at the divorce rate between now and then, they didn't divorce that much back then. Because it was a really bad thing to go through a divorce. Not only are you going through a divorce, but your friends and family all know about it, and it was considered to be something just as bad as robbing a bank and killing 3 people. It was shunned upon. So whatever went on or whatever happened, women just dealt with it, whatever. Divorce was not a way out. You could talk to your mother, you could talk to your father. Your mother and father has been together since day one. Now you look at today, divorce happens just like an everyday thing. Which means that back then, a marriage, people worked on it to stay together no matter what, to try to get it to work. Now today, something that pops up, a little argument that pops up, it's over. And they'll go marry somebody else, and they'll have married 3 and 4 times. Look at J-Lo, married multiple times, over and over and over again, over and over and over again, over and over again. They go to weddings so much every time, it's not even funny how much money they spend on a wedding. Oh, that's the other nightmare right there too, the money for the wedding. All the money you dish out to get married, to end up divorce. Not for people at the end of the day when sit there and say, but there's good parts of marriage. Yeah, there is fantastic parts of marriage. There is. There really is. Unfortunately for my behalf, I don't see it. I really just don't see it at all, period. Spending my life with the same person that literally drives me nuts on a daily basis, I don't see it. That's why I see when you watch those internet couples that come on and everybody thinks at the end of the day, oh, it's beautiful, everything. No, it's not. No, it's not. They have arguments, don't speak, threaten each other, curse each other out, whole 9 yards, whole thing. People will base their relationships off an internet couple at the end of the day thinking, oh, their relationship is so wonderful. Sometimes the one relationships that are basically showing that they are perfect are the ones that are actually the more nightmarish. That's what I liked about Frasier. You ever watched Frasier before? Frasier's an interesting show. It's a very interesting show. It's about two psychiatrists. Went to the best schools. Very well educated. But they were like the common man. They were worse than the common man. They were bitter. They basically did malicious stuff to each other. They lied, they cheated, they steal, they robbed. They were the very thing that they were trying to teach people not to be. That's what was funny about Frasier, if you really got it. They did petty stuff. I mean, petty stuff. But it was hilarious because they would justify their actions with something from Floyd or somewhere from some kind of psychiatrist by saying, what we did was actually a good thing because we were helping this person. Well, they know darn well they did something dirty. And that's what I loved about Frasier. They considered themselves to be above the common man. That they were more civilized than the common man because they were psychiatrists when actually they were worse than the common man. And the house got mad and got upset and threw a brick through a front window because the guy ripped them off on the painting. It was Frasier bought the painting. Frasier bought the painting, and the guy ripped them off. It was a fake. And he had this big showing, and he bought the actual artist there, and the actual artist says, no, I never painted it. It was definitely a fake, and he got embarrassed. He went back to get his money back. And the guy told him, no, all the sales are final. You're stuck with it. And he couldn't do anything about it. And he was upset and angry. And he told his father about it. And his father was a police officer. Well, that's what you got to do it. So you win some, you lose some. That's life. He said, but that's not right. But I want the we're doing it. It doesn't make a difference. So Niles heard the whole thing and he got upset. And Niles decided to take a brick and throw it through the store front window, which means just like everybody else. And the funny thing about it is, as he talked Niall out of that situation of throwing that brick, Frasier ended up picking up the brick and throwing it in the glass window either way. They fought. They did all kinds of stuff that the common man did. And then when they would do that, they would justify saying, well, I think this had to be done because this is a way of evening things out in life to justify the actions of the knots and whatever knots. They would just have some weird reason why. And they go, yeah, you know what? This is a good experiment here. You know what I mean? We really got a chance to dive into what the common man feels. They are the common man, but they were far worse than the common man. And that's what I found. And just afraid it was so interesting about. Like Cheers. Sam worked at a bar. He's a raging alcoholic. He literally worked at the one place that pretty much tried to kill him. All right, people. I'm killing some time here. Having a little chat with you. And it's 2:21. It's time for me to go out there and get some business done. I got to call that other place back. I found out they do have Wi-Fi. We'll be on site next month. Show off our technology. So that'll be great and fantastic to be able to do. And then we got to finish these things. And we still got parts coming in today. I'm not even nowhere near done. I got motherboards coming today. We got to build one of these things. One of these things are getting built. And we can paint around it. That's not a problem. We just need the structure to be blackened out so we can get that ready, and then we can actually install the motherboard and get that done. So I think we might do both of them. And then tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so I'll be with family tomorrow. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. But before we sign off, we got to come back in and finish the rest of the work on these machines. I just got some stuff I got to take care of right away. Got to get done. Oh man, I tell you. Well, at least we got vacation time coming up in summer. Family's planning something. It's going to be for about a week. We got this big amusement park down here. I like roller coasters, by the way. And we're going to be going down there, get a cabin. Everybody's coming down and chill, and we'll go out to this amusement park. They are never going to see me, honest to goodness. I'll be on every freaking roller coaster. We're supposed to have tons of roller coasters. I plan to conquer them all. Yep. I'm going to get me some stickers that say this ride has been conquered. I'm not going to put it on the ride. I'm going to put it underneath somewhere I can hide it at. So make sure each ride I marked that I was on, I conquered this ride. I cleaned this ride. Conquer all of them. All right, people. Hope you enjoyed. We got to come back in because we got to finish still icing that. That has to be iced up real nice. So we got the mixture right in here to get it done. This is the mixture we just made to make it ice. That comes up pretty cool. I should go pick up some of that glitter too. Road trip. Going to Family Dollar to pick up some glitter. We need some we need some sparkly glitter. We'll cook this up nicely. All right, gotta go pick up some glitter. I got some business to take care of. I'll be back. We're finished on this. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming in and watching. And of course, of always, we got to give thanks to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because without Him, none of this would be possible. Thank you all for your time. I got to go, and God bless.